Azimio leader Raila Odinga has called for review of the Constitution and reform of the Supreme Court and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Odinga claims IEBC masterminded electoral fraud and has faulted the Supreme Court for shielding the electoral agency in what he described as judicial thuggery. Ogina reports on Odinga's tirade at the Supreme Court and the IEBC.
Speaking for the first time since the Supreme Court upheld President William Ruto's victory as the fifth president, the Azimio leader criticized both the Supreme Court and IEBC. In a bare-knuckled onslaught, Odinga said it was time to review the Constitution and tame the excesses of the judiciary and IEBC.
So maybe it is time that we begin again now a review of our Constitution to look at what works and what does not work. A rogue IEBC is another institution that requires thorough reform. The chairman is acting like a rogue, alone. Now he's being hero worshipped, he becomes a hero by the judiciary.
Rattled by the Supreme Court's quashing of his presidential petition, Odinga threatened mass protests to disband the country's apex court.
Shame on the judiciary of this country. And I see them protesting and trying to give threats. And we will talk. The constitution of this country gives power to the people of Kenya. And all those other people exercising power are exercising donated power. So the judiciary is no exception. If they become rogue, we have power as the people of this country to reform them and send them home. We can lead a 1 million march to the judiciary to say, "Kwendeni nyumbani."
The Azimio leader insisted the presidential election was hijacked, manipulated, and decided by foreigners. The Supreme Court dismissed the consolidated petition against President William Ruto's election as one founded on forgeries and hearsay, and expunged some of the evidence submitted to court, a decision that appears to have sparked Odinga's fury.
So the judiciary should not threaten, blackmail the people of this country after they have done the message that they've done. When you do, we say we respect, but we don't agree. And we have a right as a people not to agree with bad rulings of the judiciary. We're not going to allow judiciary to become a dictator in our country.
Odinga also siding with the 4 dissenting IEBC commissioners led by Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera, terming them as patriots operating in a captured electoral agency.
IEBC, who resisted the temptation to rig the elections, are the ones who are now being targeted by the IEBC. We must protect those commissioners of IEBC who stood firm in spite of threats and intimidation and say that this is not right, this is wrong.
The Azimio leader fired a warning shot at the commission's CEO, threatening his removal if he cracks the whip on dissent within the commission.
One Mr. Marijan Hussein, we are watching. We are watching. Try to do this, what you want to call about perjury in IEBC, you will go home like your predecessors.
Odinga returns to the country from a break after his election loss and the subsequent defeat at the Supreme Court. Ogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.